Okay guys, I'm gonna go to the grocery store this week. What are some things that you guys want for dinners? And my son will say, I want tacos, I want spaghetti. My daughter will say, I want breakfast for dinner, I want burgers and french fries. And so I'll write all of that down and then I'll be like, okay, how can I make that work for me? Super easy. Like for tacos, I just either get low carb tortillas or I just won't do a tortilla and I'll do like a taco salad. If we want to do burgers and french fries, I will do no bun on my burger and maybe I'll make a salad or I'll heat up a can of vegetables and they'll still get their french fries and I have no problem making french fries for them. It doesn't tempt me. I don't want them. So I'll heat up their french fries and then I'll eat my side. If we do breakfast for dinner, that's easy. That's eggs, that's breakfast meats, that's protein waffles. That's super easy to like manipulate. If we want to do spaghetti, I will make $1 million spaghetti squash, or I will do like a pizza bowl, right? And I'll get all the stuff that I would throw in the spaghetti, but I'll just put it in a bowl and I'll add some cheese and like peppers and onions if I want, and still use the same sauce and meat mixture, but I'll make that so that it works for me. And so you just have to like get creative, talk to your family, find out what they want, and make it easier. Involve everybody. Hey friends, what's going on? Happy Monday. It's your girl Mel. I'm coming to you live from my kitchen here right outside St. Louis, Missouri. I'm making dinner, so I thought I would jump on and make dinner with you guys. I hope you're having a great start to your week. Kyla girl had softball practice and now she's off to work. She does this little like part-time job where she like goes to different facilities and they teach kids like preschool kindergartners how to play baseball and softball. So she went to do that. I'm gonna pick her up at 7:30. We're gonna run to Target after that. It's my favorite thing to do with her. Austin's at football. If you guys didn't see, he broke his collarbone on Friday. So he's out of commission for a few weeks, but he's still up there. He's still up there helping the underclassmen figure stuff out. He's like another set of eyes on the field. He's gonna be there all week. So I hope that it was smart to leave him there because he was in a lot of pain yesterday. Yesterday was terrible. It was a bad day, but we'll see how today goes and we'll kind of play it by ear. So while they're all doing that, I'm gonna make dinner. So as you guys are popping on, don't forget to say hey, say hi. If you're catching me on the live, that means you can see the red live button right there, drop a 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, so sorry I missed you, but thanks for popping on. And put replay in the comments. And just real fast, because I get a lot of messages about this. If you want to know when I'm live, just touch my face on your screen and right here you'll see 3 dots. When you click on those 3 dots, just click on turn on notifications and you should know. I don't go live at the same time every day. That's just impossible for my lifestyle. So I just come on when I can, and so that's right now. I actually haven't cooked dinner with you guys in a pretty long time, so it's gonna be nice to kind of get back to that. We did a lot of traveling. We've had to divide and conquer for like baseball, softball for summer, but this is the last week before school starts. And so we're getting right back into a routine. So you might see a few more dinners in the upcoming near future. Would you guys like that? Do you guys even like to see me cook? Or do you not like to see me cook? I want to know. But anyways, I don't know if you saw, also we're doing this 5-day I fast this week. So I'm not doing any snacking whatsoever. I'm only having lunch and dinner. So for lunch today, I had some beef hot dogs, cottage cheese, and green beans. And for dinner, we're gonna have pepper jack hamburger casserole, and I'm gonna do some peas. So this is super, super easy. This is also a recipe that the kids really enjoy. I don't know if you guys have made hamburger green bean casserole. That is probably my top favorite recipe, hamburger green bean casserole. And it's one of those recipes where like the more days that it sits in the fridge and that you reheat, it's like the better it gets. But my whole family doesn't like green beans, so I found this pepper jack casserole. I made it so that it works for me and they love it. So that's what we're having. Pepper jack casserole is what I call it, but it's like a pepper jack hamburger casserole. And then I just add my vegetables on the side. So if you guys are lazy keto or you want to be lazy keto, it's really simple. All right. We don't track macros. We don't track our food. We literally just focus on like, tell me what I should and shouldn't eat. So with lazy keto, we're focusing on protein, veggies, fruits, and good for you fats. We're eliminating things like bread, pasta, processed foods. Like I eat processed meats, but I stay away from like chips, crackers, cereal, like that kind of processed food. And then we don't do real sugar. We try to do all sugar-free. So if that's something that you're looking into, or if that's something that you do, you're in the right place. And if that is not for you, that is fine. No big deal. So this meat has a lot of liquid. So probably a few weeks ago, they had this organic grass-fed beef marked down to $4 a pound, and I got like 16 pounds of hamburger. So we're coming to the end of it. Yes, so Margaret asked a question. I'll answer it. If you guys have any questions for me, this is a perfect time to jump on and ask me questions as well. So she says, what do you mix Swiss cacao with? Unsweetened nut milk. So I use almond milk. So I do about 10 ounces or so of unsweetened nut milk. You can also blend it with ice cubes, and it makes an amazing chocolate shake that you can have. Ketones and Swiss cacao is a supplement that a lot of us use so that we don't have to be strict keto. The whole point of keto is to get your body into a state of ketosis. You can do that naturally. It just takes a very strict keto diet. It takes a lot of time and patience, and you have to kind of crack the code and get that perfect formula of low carb, moderate protein, high fat. A lot of people don't want to track. They don't want to do that, and they don't want to be so restricted. I mean, that's kind of me on a lot of people. I was like, I don't want to do that. And so, yeah, so we add a supplement in, and it helps with energy, mood, focus, mental clarity, digestion, appetite control. Why is it better? Bitter? No, I don't like it with water. I don't really like a lot of chocolate flavored like protein powders or supplements, just because I've had a lot of bad experiences in the past. So like mixing it with water, I personally think it just tastes nasty. It tastes like a really watery, watered down like Yoo-hoo, and I don't like that. With the unsweetened nut milk, it just gives it like a little bit of a creamier texture, and the flavor profile is a lot better to me when it's with almond milk versus water. So it's just a preference on my part. A lot of people do drink it with water and they don't have a problem with it. I just prefer to make it with almond milk and sometimes into a milkshake, just so that my brain is like, yeah, girl, this is good. Chocolate shake. So, all right. So what I've done is I started browning 2 pounds of hamburger meat. I'm going to make this little mixture here in a bowl. I don't really know. I guess I could do it right here for you guys. So we're going to take 2 eggs. There's 1. I'm just going to pop that in there. And 2. Let me get a fork. Oh, I got a little shell in there. I crack a lot of eggs, and I rarely get shells in there. Hold on. Let me get that out. I mixed it with 1% milk, and it was so-so. So the thing that you have to keep in mind with milk is, like, milk is full of a lot of sugar. So if you're trying to focus on low carb or be lazy keto, you don't want to have regular milk. You want to mix it with an unsweetened nut milk, because the sugar and the carbs in the milk are really high. All right, so we've got our 2 eggs. We're gonna do half a cup of heavy whipping cream. So just that. And this is all being made and mixed together in like a separate bowl. All right, so we're gonna do heavy whipping cream, and then we're gonna do mayonnaise. I just have Hellmann's here, so that's what I'm using. There's like avocado mayos out there that are really, really keto friendly. So just like take a look at the back. Here's kind of a rule of thumb when I am grocery shopping. Okay, so I don't track, and people just don't understand how I don't track what I eat. When I'm grocery shopping, I won't buy anything that has over 5 grams of total carbs. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand. Hold on, let me get a napkin. I made a little bit of a mess. Like, I understand net carbs, and I understand that net carbs are when you take, hold on, I gotta decline that call. So I understand that net carbs is when you take your total carbs and you subtract your dietary fiber and you subtract any other like sugar alcohols. Like, I get that. But like for me, I was able to lose 100 pounds of fat, and what I did was I didn't mess with net carbs. Net carbs are gonna be things that are like your keto breads, your low carb tortillas, your keto bars. Like, you're going to see that it's like 1 gram net carb, and they're fine to have. Don't get me wrong, they are way better to have versus like the real stuff. But if you don't want to track and you just want to be really disciplined and intentional with your journey, you know, for 30 days or 8 months like I did, don't buy anything over 5 grams of carbs. So like this Hellmann's right here, total carbs, 0 grams. So for me, it works. But like every time, okay, so I'll post a post, right? And it'll say, beware of hidden carbs in some of your favorite keto finds. And bacon's on the list, okay? And people are like, oh my gosh, that's not true because you can have bacon on keto. Yes, 100% you can have bacon, right? But like, you don't want to have maple glazed bacon because then it's got all that sugar and that maple glaze. So you just have to make sure that you just teach yourself to look at the labels. Always flip over the packages that have labels and read the back of them just to make sure. You know, like cream cheese is a great keto ingredient that so many people use, right? But if you start getting into a lot of the flavored stuff, that's where you could get in trouble because there's hidden sugars in all of that stuff, and you want to try to eliminate that as much as possible. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. Okay, so in here I've got mayonnaise, eggs, heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay. Alright, there wasn't that much pepper in there, but it's fine. So we're going to do that. Alright, now it looks like also our meat is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my strainer because it's in the pantry. And I'll be right back. Let me know if you guys have more questions. Okay. So I'm going to take this real fast over here. I'm going to strain it in my sink. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys though. Hopefully. I'm going to take a little bit of paper towel and just kind of wipe out my pan so there's not all that extra grease. And then we're going to put it right back in. Okay, now we're going to do some fun. Don't forget to say hey, say hi as you guys are popping on as well. So the next thing we're going to add to our meat is 1 package of French onion soup, like the dry stuff, okay? So we're going to add that to our hamburger. Also, we're going to add broth. So I thought I had beef broth in my pantry, and I actually have 3 things. I don't even need broth. Never mind. That's why I didn't buy it. I thought I was going to need broth. I don't need it. I have 3 things of chicken broth in my pantry, and I Googled, and you can actually use chicken broth instead of beef broth. Did you know that? I didn't know that. It just says that like beef broth will just be a little heartier, but it has a lot of the same components, so it's fine. Also, I ran out of bacon because Dee's been using it on his cottage cheese. No big deal. You want to add like half a cup of bacon. I just use the rest of our bacon pieces. So you want to add bacon and onion soup to the meat. Okay. And you just want to like get it so that it's coating all of the meat mixture. All All right. That's all we're doing. Hello to everybody that's jumping on. We're making dinner. We're making a pepper jack hamburger casserole. All right. So, sorry. The recipe also calls for 12 ounces of pepper jack cheese, but I'm going to use a whole bag. I'm going to use 2 bags because they're only 8 ounces and we like our stuff pretty cheesy. I have another open bag here. So, we're going to add cheese into the meat mixture. I'm just going to add the rest of this opened bag. Just kind of mix it up in the meat. Then we're going to add the meat to this baking dish. Okay. Let me make sure that I got everything right. Hold on, I see your question, Paula. Hold on. So pepper jack cheese, onion soup, bacon, mayo, heavy whipping cream, eggs, and salt and pepper. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to turn our fire off. We're going to add our meat mixture to our baking dish. Okay. So the meat mixture is French onion soup, some bacon crumbles, and some pepper jack cheese. All right. Then we're going to take this mixture that we made. This is heavy whipping cream, eggs, mayonnaise, salt and pepper. And we're just going to pour it over the top. You don't want to add this to your pan and mix it with your meat because it's got egg in it. And you don't want to cook your eggs. Does that make sense? I made that mistake once. Okay? So you just want to like evenly spread out this mixture over the top of your meat. Okay? Just like that. And then you're going to take more cheese and you're going to sprinkle it over the top. Pepper jack. So I'm using pepper jack cheese, by the way. You can do as much or as little as you want. Okay? It's just cheese. I think I'm just going to add the whole bag. This is only 8 ounces. Okay? So we've added the cheese, get it in all the corners. The oven was preheated to 350 and it's going to go in the oven for 30 minutes. So this is what it looks like. It's just going to go right in the oven. And I will tell you guys that I like to add ketchup to all of my... Is there any other ketchup fans out there? I love ketchup. So when I go to eat it with when I have my own serving, I'm going to add sugar-free ketchup to the top of it because I love ketchup. So and then I'm going to just heat up some canned peas, and there's a lot of fat like in the mixture of the pepper jack casserole. There's cheese, there's heavy whipping cream, there's mayonnaise. So I don't know if I'm going to add butter to this, but if I'm going to eat something simple like chicken and broccoli or chicken and peas, I'm going to add butter or cheese to my vegetables. So that's how I incorporate a little bit of fat into each of my meals. If it's not in the main dish, I'm going to add it to my vegetables, just cheese or butter. So that's kind of like another little like tip to give you guys. And then that's it. And this reheats really well. So you can make this and then you can portion it into like a container for the fridge and then heat it up for lunch or heat it up for dinner. Or maybe you're going to be busy, like we're going to be busy a couple nights this week. So this is something that we'll be able to just grab and go really fast, and it tastes really, really good. So Paula says, for this evening, can I have sugar-free gum? I'm addicted. Also, is my sweet cream considered my first ketone? Okay, so sugar-free gum is allowed. If you're addicted to it, I would limit it. Like you don't want to be addicted to anything. So anything that you feel like you can't go without, you probably need to try to go without and or limit it as much as possible. Does that make sense? So I do have sugar-free gum a lot, but if you and your brain are like, I'm addicted to this, you need to figure out how to be able to like survive without it. Also, sweet cream is a support product. So sweet cream is a collagen supplement. It doesn't have ketones in it. So this is a great functional fat to add in if you're going to be keto or lazy keto. There's amazing benefits to it. So it helps with your hair, your skin, your nails. It helps with joints. That's like the biggest benefit that I feel our cream collagen supplement helps with is joints. And it also has MCT that helps with digestion and brain function. So they're not considered ketones, so you'll still have your 1 to 2 ketones a day, but you can incorporate the cream in your coffee. You can add it to your protein shake, or you can just mix it with some hot water and mix it with like 8 to 10 ounces, put it in a coffee cup and like sip on it like you would tea, like that kind of thing. That's what the cream is for. It's a collagen supplement. So a support product, not ketones, but it does help your body's production of ketones. And all of our support products helps our ketones work better. So hopefully that answers your question. Do I have this recipe printed? So I will put the link in the comments when I'm done, where it's linked into the recipe group. Also, if you got my copy of my free Lazy Keto guide, if it came to your mailbox, you will eventually be getting my digital cookbook, and it's in the digital cookbook as well. So it's in there, and if you just put pepper jack casserole The.MelHumphrey in your search engine on Facebook, it'll show when I've meal planned with it, and the link is also right there. But I'll update the post with the information so that it's easier to find. But it's in the digital cookbook. But in order to get the digital cookbook, you have to subscribe for the Lazy Keto guide, and it'll all go to your email, so it's all in one place. And the recipe book is 50 recipes that I use to help me drop 100 pounds in 8 months. So it's all of my favorite recipes in there. I love it. Awesome. Do you guys have any other questions for me before I jump off here? So like I said, this is going to cook for 30 minutes at 350. I'm going to have peas with it. I might even cut up some strawberries and blueberries, or I might throw together some mousse really fast. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should just come right over here and make some mousse really fast while we're on here. Then I can answer any more questions you guys might have, and I can show you how easy this mousse is, because I haven't made it yet. Let me get everything I need out. Drop some hearts if you want me to stay on and show you how to make mousse. Drop some hearts while I get everything I need, because I'm going to make it regardless of if you guys want to see it or not. I still need it. Maybe. Oh boy, there it is. So in order to get the cookbook, you need to get the digital guide. There's a post, or you can go to the link in my bio, and you'll see where you can get your free copy. Oh, I got sour cream out. I don't need sour cream. I need heavy whipping cream. And then some strawberries. Perfect. All right, perfect. So this is 3 ingredients. I make this a lot. This is something that you make each week and you just snack on it. Now, I'm not having any snacks this week, but I can have some of this with my meal. So you just take 2 cups or 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream. Okay. So I just get a lot of these at the grocery store. They're very easy for me to use. You're going to get 1 tub of sugar-free Cool Whip. Don't get fat-free. Make sure it's sugar-free. All right, you want to get sugar-free. We want fat. We don't want sugar. Okay? So 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 tub of 0 sugar Cool Whip. Austin will be really happy because I gotta get my little mixer guide. And then we're also going to add 1 standard size box of sugar-free cheesecake powder. Don't get the big one. People are always like, is it the big or the little? You don't want anything big. You don't want to supersize anything. Okay? Everything is just standard size. So 3 ingredients, heavy whipping cream, 0 sugar Cool Whip, and standard size package of whatever cheesecake powder you want. I'm doing cheesecake. All right. So we're gonna pop this blade on. Okay, popping the blade on. We're going to lock in our mixture. We're gonna turn it on and we're just gonna let it go for like a few minutes. Now, while that is doing that, we're gonna take some strawberries. These are almost at their end as well, so this is perfect. And we're just gonna start cutting strawberries into like little bite-sized pieces. Like so. Okay, you can make the bite-sized pieces as big or as little as you want. So I'm gonna add this to my plate. I'm not gonna have it as dessert like later. I'm gonna have it as with dessert with my meal. It's just like a little bitty sweet treat. Okay? And then I'm gonna fold in the strawberries. Did I tell you guys that we made a cherry cheesecake for Kyla last week? Her boyfriend came over and had dinner with us, and she loves everything cherry. So I made this in a cherry form. I did cherry jello and added cheesecake powder, and then actual maraschino cherries. I cut them up into little, like, I don't know, I cut them in like halves and quarters. I'll take that part out. And then this is just another like sweet treat that you can have. What do you guys think? Do you have any questions on this? And then this is what I'll have. So because I'm gonna have this with dinner, I probably won't have a protein shake before bed. But if I wasn't having anything sweet with dinner, I would have a protein shake before bed. So I don't know, I usually cut up 7 or 8 strawberries to put in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 8. Some of these are kind of small, so I'll cut up a couple more. If you guys are just popping on, we just got done preparing the pepper jack hamburger casserole. It is cooking in the oven, and now we're gonna make this fat burning mousse that we're gonna eat with it. Okay? So there is that. Move this over off to the side. This is all my stuff for my protein shake that I had for lunch. So you want to just make sure that this gets thick. So I usually like to push down make sure there's no like powder or anything stuck. See, there's stuff there. Just like knock it out like so. And then let it go for a little bit longer. And it'll start to get pretty thick. And it's so good. And then I think the rest of these strawberries are probably trash. So we'll just throw those away. Do you guys have any questions for me while I'm on here? Anything at all? This is what we do. We just make food. Not all the time, but we definitely cook more at home. And a lot of this stuff is kid friendly. My kids are obsessed with this. My kids like the pepper jack casserole. My kids like a lot of the foods we eat. Like, my kids are not keto, but keto is protein, veggies, fruits, and fats. And so a lot of times people are like, my kids won't eat that way, but like, are you making that decision for them, or are they? Because I know there are some kids that are like super picky, but we don't make a bunch of different dinners every single night. We don't go and try to accommodate all 4 people. Like, I sit down at the dinner table and I'll say, okay guys, I'm gonna go to the grocery store this week. What are some things that you guys want for dinners? And my son will say, I want tacos, I want spaghetti. My daughter will say, I want breakfast for dinner, I want burgers and french fries. And so I'll write all of that down. And then I'll be like, okay, how can I make that work for me? Super easy. Like for tacos, I just either get low carb tortillas, or I just won't do a tortilla and I'll do like a taco salad. If we want to do burgers and french fries, I will do no bun on my burger, and maybe I'll make a salad, or I'll heat up a can of vegetables, and they'll still get their french fries, and And I have no problem making french fries for them. It doesn't tempt me. I don't want them. So I'll heat up their french fries and then I'll eat my side. If we do breakfast for dinner, that's easy. That's eggs, that's breakfast meats, that's protein waffles. That's super easy to like manipulate. If we want to do spaghetti, I will make $1 million spaghetti squash, or I will do like a pizza bowl, right? And I'll get all the stuff that I would throw in the spaghetti, but I'll just put it in a bowl and I'll add some cheese and like peppers and onions if I want, and still use the same sauce and meat mixture, but I will make that so that it works for me. And so you just have to like get creative, talk to your family, find out what they want, and make it easier. Involve everybody. So, see how thick that is? So that's how you want your mousse, all right? So then I will hit it out. Now I'm gonna put this right in the sink because I'm not snacking and I'm having some of this for dessert, and I'm doing that eye fast, so I don't wanna like cheat too much. So I'm just gonna stick this right in water, all right? I'm gonna take these strawberries and I'm gonna add them to the mixture, and then I'm gonna slowly kind of stir them in, and then I'm gonna put this in the fridge. And it'll be ready to serve right away, or you can leave it in the fridge for a little bit. And then you can just eat off of this all week. So I'll do that, and then just kind of mix it in like so, just so that the strawberries are kind of evenly distributed in the mousse. Austin loved this the other day. He actually asked me if I would make some more this week, and I was like, sure, buddy. So I just get these little containers. You can do whatever containers you want, and I'll put half of it in here and half of it in the other one. Or if I had like a bigger container, I would just put it all in one. And I'm just gonna divvy it up between these two containers. And it's so good. You just wanna make sure that with this mousse, you don't eat it all in one sitting. It'll make your stomach hurt if you try to eat it all at once anyways. But you have to teach yourself moderation. You have to train yourself. If you are addicted to food, like I am, I'm still addicted to food. If you're an emotional eater, and if you love food in general, that is me, okay? You have to teach yourself how to do this better. So you want to make this, you make it, and you stretch it out over the week, and if you eat it in 3 days, then you don't get anything else like this until next week. And then as you transition into your journey, and as you start navigating this, you'll start throwing it away at the end of the week. Trust me, you'll start teaching yourself, you won't need it as much, but it's okay to have, right? So I've got this will last us the week, probably a little bit less because the kids will probably tear it up, but you guys get the idea. So, is it still it's not stormy here, but it's super windy. It's really, really windy. So that's probably why it's glitching a little bit. So with that being said, I do think I'm gonna jump off here. Dinner will be ready. I'll show you guys pictures in the comments when it's done. I'll also have it in my stories. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll link the recipe in the comment section. It's also in the digital cookbook. So make sure you get your lazy keto guide first, put your email in, and then you'll get the recipe book shortly thereafter. So hope you guys have a great Monday. If you need anything, let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.